Have you ever stopped to think about the weight of this phrase from Jesus? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Before you skip to another video, take a deep breath. What lies behind these words is not just history. It's something that touches your heart today. This is not just an ancient scene. It's an urgent invitation for you to look at the cross with new eyes. Imagine the noise of the crowd in Jerusalem. The sun is barely rising, but the sound of footsteps, voices, and soldiers echoes through the narrow streets. The smell of dust mixed with sweat and the metallic scent of weapons fills the air. And in the middle of the chaos, a man walks, wounded, covered in blood, carrying a wooden beam heavier than any human body could bear. This man is Jesus, and you are there among the crowd. You see the faces. Some shout in hatred, others watch with curiosity, a few weep in silence. It's as if each person has their own reason for being there: fear, anger, indifference. And you can't help but wonder, what would you have done that day? Stayed silent, shouted with the crowd, tried to help, or simply turned away? The Roman soldiers push him. They laugh and mock, as if this execution were just another spectacle. The cross hits the ground, raising a cloud of dust. Jesus' body falls, yet he doesn't respond with insults. His eyes, swollen and bloodied, still radiate something you can't quite explain. A mix of pain, compassion, and a peace that makes no sense. When they reach Golgotha, the sound of the hammering echoes like thunder. Each strike pierces the hearts of those watching. Nails tear through flesh and wood, and every blow seems to scream the same truth. He is being condemned for something he didn't do. But it's more than that. He is there for you, for me, for everyone who doesn't even understand what is happening. The religious leaders mock him. They say, "If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross." The soldiers offer him vinegar. The crowd watches, as if it were just another show. And in the midst of this storm of hatred and ignorance, Jesus raises his voice. It's not a cry of despair, it's a prayer. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Pause for a moment. This phrase isn't only for the soldiers. It's for the leaders, the crowd, for Peter who denied him, for Judas who betrayed him, and for you who so often live as if he had never died. They didn't know what they were doing. And how many times do you not know either? How many times have you hurt, judged, or rejected without realizing the depth of your actions? The sky begins to darken. The wind shifts. A tension you can almost touch fills the air, as if all creation feels the weight of this moment. Animals grow restless, the temple trembles, but hearts remain hard. Even so, Jesus stays. He doesn't flee, doesn't come down, doesn't answer with hate. He stays, out of love. At that moment, the world is divided. Those who mock, those who weep, and those who pretend not to see. And in the middle of this chaos, Jesus is building an invisible bridge between you and God. Every drop of blood, every breath, every word is a silent invitation. I know you don't understand now, but I am doing this for you. The phrase, "they do not know what they are doing," still echoes today. It's not just a reminder of the past, it's a warning for the present. How many times do you live without realizing you are pushing God away? How often do you chase power, pleasure, or recognition while ignoring the voice that still says, "I forgive you," even when you don't understand? That cross, which seemed like an end, is actually the beginning. In the darkest moment of history, God was writing humanity's brightest page. A love that makes no sense, a grace no one deserves, a hope no one could buy. It's all there right before your eyes, waiting for you not just to watch, but to respond. As you hear this story, remember, Jesus wasn't just dying. He was offering something no one else could give: forgiveness, freedom, eternal life. He didn't only forgive those who crucified him, he forgave you, even before you realized you needed it. The sky is now completely dark, even though it's midday. It's as if creation itself can't bear to watch. The wind turns cold, the ground shakes, and the silence between the thunderclaps feels louder than any human voice. You feel the weight in your skin. Something cosmic is unfolding before your eyes. Jesus looks upward. His cracked lips can barely form the words, but you hear them. It is finished. It's not a cry of defeat, it's the sound of victory. It's as if he's saying, I've completed the mission. The price is paid. The bridge is built. Suddenly the temple curtain tears from top to bottom, as if God himself were opening the way for you to enter. Think about the weight of that moment. The separation that once stood between you and God is gone. The sacrifices that once required the blood of animals are no longer needed. It's no longer you trying to reach heaven. It's heaven coming down to you. It's God saying, I myself will do the impossible to be close to you. Some soldiers beat their chests in fear. Others fall to their knees without knowing why. The Roman centurion, the very one who oversaw the execution, murmurs, truly, this was the Son of God. Even those sent to kill him recognize that something divine has happened. And you, standing before this scene, can you remain indifferent? As Jesus' body is taken down from the cross, there's an overwhelming sense of emptiness. The disciples hide, the women weep, and the night silence feels as heavy as stone. It seems like the end of everything. Maybe you've felt that way before, when hope seemed buried forever. But right there, in what seemed like the end, God was preparing a comeback. 3 days later, the stone is rolled away. The body is gone. The impossible has happened. Death, which seemed to have the final word, is defeated. Jesus is alive. And when he appears to his disciples, his first words are not of accusation, but of peace. Peace be with you. The same Jesus who forgave on the cross now offers new life. Go back for a moment to that phrase. They do not know what they are doing. It didn't stay in the past. It has crossed centuries to reach you. How many times have you not known what you were doing? How many times have you hurt, lied, run away, or chosen paths that led you away from God, and yet he still says, Father, forgive. I've already paid the price. This story is not just meant to be heard. It's meant to be lived. Jesus didn't die for you to merely admire his sacrifice from a distance. He died so you could be transformed by that love, so your guilt could be erased, so your life could have a new beginning. Maybe you carry scars, mistakes, choices that feel unforgivable. Maybe you think you're not worthy. But the cross proves that God's love is not based on your worthiness. It's grace. It's a gift. He saw you before you were born and decided you are worth it. Today, that same voice that spoke on Golgotha still speaks. It doesn't matter who you are, where you've been, or what you've done. The invitation remains the same. Come, receive forgiveness. Experience the life I have won for you. This is not about religion. It's about a relationship. It's the most radical love you will ever hear about. The cross, which seemed like a symbol of defeat, is actually a throne of victory. The blood that was shed was not a sign of weakness, but of strength. The silence of Jesus was not fear, but the highest form of courage. Every wound carries a message. You are loved beyond your understanding. And now, will you simply watch this story and then go on with your life as if nothing happened? Or will you let this love change your story? The choice is yours. Jesus has already done his part. The question is, what will you do with this cross? Maybe you're thinking, but I don't even know where to start. Start by acknowledging it. Acknowledge that you need forgiveness. Admit that you can't do this on your own. Speak to him right where you are, even if it's just in silence. He hears, he understands. He already knows your heart, and when you do that, something will change. It's not a promise of a perfect life, but of a real life. A life where guilt no longer controls you, where fear no longer rules, where death no longer has the final say. It's a life that begins at the cross and blooms through the resurrection. Don't wait any longer. Don't put off until tomorrow what God is offering you today. This story has crossed 2,000 years to reach you right now. This is your moment. This is your chance to say, I accept. I believe. I want to live this love. If this message has touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment, not for the channel, but as a marker of your decision. Subscribe to keep hearing words that remind you who you are and who God is. But above all, don't just click respond, because this cross is not just history. It is life, forgiveness, and the very beginning of everything for you.